Hello students and welcome to the Model 5 of Mergers, Acquisition and Corporate Restructuring. So today we will discuss the topic called as anti-takeover amendments. So here what a target firm can make the amendments in its documents. The documents refer to the Memorandum of Association MOA and Article of Association. As we know that Memorandum of Association is an external document and Article of Association is an internal document which gives the clarity and the role of the managers and with the stakeholders. So what changes in this amendment or what changes in the document can make the deal a disinterest for an acquiring firm. So let's look at this. So this also called as corporate charter amendment, that is amendments in MOA and Article of Association. It is also called as a jargon called as a shark repellent. That is a jargon which has been given for this terminology, and also called as a symbol way it is called as a anti-takeover amendments, right? So amendments made in Article of Association and Memorandum of Association, right? What is all about this? It deals with the condition on the transfer of managerial control of a firm, right? So it deals with the control of a management, that is with MOA, through the merger, tender offer and the replacement of a board of directors, right? So as MOA deals with the external, with the board and constitution of board, right? It consisting of memorandum and article of association in India, right? Changes on this with respect to the board and with respect to issue of shares and with respect to managerial control is about like anti-takeover amendments, right? So the ways through which the amendments can be made in this charter, that is article of association and the memorandum of association, are: one is that staggered terms of board, right? So here they try to change the board rules and regulation, that is the new board of directors has to wait at least two general meetings to gain over the control, right? So here if the firm, acquiring firm acquires a target firm, right, they make in a such an changes in the amendments where a new board has to be formed. It means when acquiring company acquires a target company, they cannot change the board of directors of the target company at least for the next 2 years, right? Because this is what amendment which has been legally approved, it's a legal document. So hence it shows a disinterest for an acquiring firm because they cannot make any strategic decisions after acquiring the target firm, right? So that creates a disinterest among the acquiring firm. That is one such amendment. The second amendment would be supermajority provision. That is about require 90% shareholders approval for the change of the control. So what they say is they make an amendment in such a way that it is not about having only 51% approval of the share. It requires, if any company wants to acquire, the amendments are being made in such a way that it requires 90% of the voting rights of the shareholder to acquire the target company. That is about the second amendment that makes the merger disinterest. Then fair price amendment, that is uniform price to be paid to all the shareholders. As there is a difference in the shareholder pattern, there are the minority shareholder, there are the institutional shareholder, there is a promoter shareholders, right? So when the acquiring firm acquires a target firm, they give a different pricing for the different group of shareholders, right? So for the promoter stake where there is a larger stake, the pricing would be different. For minority shareholders would be a very competitive price, or it can be sometimes a throwaway price. So if they make an amendment as that, it should be uniform price for all the shareholders, irrespective it is a retail investor or an institutional investor, then the deal would be very costly deal for an acquiring firm. Hence the acquiring firm may lose the interest in the target firm for acquiring. Then dual capitalization. So what is this? This is about, it is used to create a physical special voting rights by issuing preferred shares of friendly parties to act as a device against hostile bid, right? So what happens here is a company will issue a preferential shares and they also has a voting rights, and these preferential shareholders which has any voting rights, and these would be favoring in favor of the target company, not in the favor of an acquiring company. By this again they may not able to purchase, or they may not are able to acquire the required stake, required shareholder, the required ownership to have a control over the target firms. These are where the amendments which can be made in the legal document of memorandum of association and the article of association. Right? This is majorly with the control, not with respect to pre and post, within the management or within the board, with the documents of the company, very strategic documents, what we call that as in a chartered or corporate charters, that is MOA and article of association. Fine. Okay, we'll stop here and next we'll take up the next topic.